Welcome back to the Chaos, everyone. I'm ChaosEclipse. Today we are back on ARMA Reforger, and I have the best item in the game for everyone. I haven't really seen too many videos on it, but I want to go over just a couple things with it. I'll have some bonus tips in here. We'll actually start off with some bonus tips, and then we'll go to the main actual item. So, bonus tip number one, you go to multiplayer. Well, not when you go. Let me at least pick a server real quick. We're going to do an official one, and we're going to do one of the ones that are just empty. So we're going to go ahead and pick the very first one here. It looks like it's the 213 0 out of 48. So I tried showing you guys this the last time on this one, and I couldn't quite figure out how to do it. I've been playing quite a bit of the game, so I actually figured it out. The only issue is I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it right now, and I'll explain what I mean. But it's about the icon of your squad. So I talked about being able to change that. Everyone usually runs around, they keep the X on their icon, the little blue icon. That's what I'm referring to. Everyone keeps that little X. And if you want to be unique, if you want to be different, if you want to know, or if you want to at least be able to point out to your friend which one you are and stuff a lot easier than having them scroll over it and everything, I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So first, we're going to go ahead and pick our side. Doesn't really matter because we're just going to go over a few things here. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the army. I'm going to go ahead and confirm that. And of course, it's going to give us Red Atlas 1. If you look down at the bottom, it says Group Menu. Disclaimer, real quick. We are on PS5, so you are going to see PS5 buttons. This is still possible on the Xbox. It's still possible on PC. I don't know what your buttons are, but you can see the buttons on the screen when you're doing it. Or at least I'll tell you what I'm pushing on the PS5 controller, and then you guys can figure out, what it is that works for you. So, first things first, we're going to join the group. So you're going to come down here to Atlas Red 1 or whichever one it spawned in for you. It'll say 06. For me, right there in the center of the screen under 06, it says join group. I'm hitting X. So I'm going to go ahead and hit X. It shows that I've joined that. It shows that I'm a leader of it. Now at the bottom of the screen, touchpad and square, it says group menu. We're going to hit that next. So touchpad square, it brings you to this screen. Very first thing, bottom right, says group settings, hit the touchpad. So we're going to go into group settings. We're going to change it from public by hitting X. So we're going to go down to private, and then you guys can hit down and rename it whatever you want. We're going to go with Chaos. That way, if anyone joins, they'll be like, hey, that's that guy Chaos. He's the awesomest dude in the server, and he's got a YouTube channel. Maybe I should like and subscribe to him. Hint, hint, guys. Hint, hint. Anyway, so from there, we're going to go ahead and confirm it. Bottom right corner of the little screen there, we're going to hold X. There you go. It is confirmed. As you can see, it is now private. It does show it. You can see it's private because next to Chaos up there on the top left has that little lock icon, and then you can also see it says Chaos. So that's how you know you've renamed it and that it's locked. So this part is the tricky part. Like I said, I might not be able to do it. I know how to do it, but I'm going to explain to you guys why it was so hard the last time, and hopefully we can do it this time. So that big blue icon right there in the center of the screen with the X in it, the big square, we're going to try to change that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit right on the D-pad. And of course it didn't work. I'm going to hit down on the D-pad. Of course that didn't work either. So it's not going to let me do it. But the way that you guys can do this, if there are multiple groups, say there's me, Chaos, Atlas Red 1, there's Atlas Red 2, Atlas Red 3, all the way to like Atlas Red 5. I want you to hit down on your D-pad or just scroll down through them, and on each one, I want you to hit right. The way it's highlighted right now over Chaos Atlas Red 1, how it's all yellow, when you highlight probably the third or fourth one, maybe even the fifth one at this point, when you're hitting right on the D-pad in between each one, it should highlight there in the center where it shows my little rank, the little sergeant chevrons, and where it says ChaosEclipse with the little PlayStation symbol under that blue square. It will move over there. You'll see one of those highlight. Even if it's not on your group, it's highlighting your group. I promise you guys. From there, once it moves over, you're going to hit up. When you hit up, it will then go to that blue square. In fact, you know what? Let me make this easier for you guys and let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. So we're going to back out of this. We're going to back out completely. How do I back out? I have to confirm it first, don't I? Don't. We can just go here. All right, so I think that was 312. We'll jump back in there in a minute. Let me go to a full server real quick. I should have probably planned this one out a little better, but we'll get there, guys. We'll get there. Okay, so let's try. Well, yeah, we're on official. No, we're not. Are we? Oh, yeah. So check this out, guys. They're actually doing stress tests. Look at that. 128 people in that server. I'm really hoping that their stress tests go really well. I would love to play 128 versus 128. That's going to make things a lot more complicated, but I think it's going to be a lot more fun. I haven't been able to get into one of the stress test servers because, as you can see there, so I haven't really tried too much. Plus, obviously, I've been working. So let's go ahead and go down. We're going to try to find one with, you know, like 3 or 4 spots open, something like that. I don't really want to do... Here we go. We have 39 of 48. We'll do this one. So this is 127. This is also... Oh, you know what? That's a European server. Let's go here. Yeah, we'll do server number 34, US, New York. It's 40 out of 48. So we're going to hit X on that. Now this one's going to be a little bit different, so I'm going to walk you guys through it again. I do apologize, but let me at least show you guys what I'm talking about here as to how you can change your little icon there. It's a little confusing because of the bad UI, honestly. It's any, like the DayZ game from Bohemia Interactive. I mean, I don't really care if Bohemia Interactive sees this. What are they going to do? Ban me from the game for telling them what's wrong with their game? I doubt it. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to tell them what's wrong with their game. So, U.S. Army 24, Soviet Army 11, 10 now because someone either got kicked or left. It looks like they left. Anyway, we're going to hold X. I don't really care which one we pick because we're not going to stay in this game. So we're going to pick the Army. That way we can make sure we have enough squads in there. You'll see what I'm talking about. So once again, we're going to hit X here. Hit X to confirm. And maybe it's because the Army is almost winning. So you can see all these names in here. I don't know how he got that to say just CCR. I'll be honest, because even when I rename it to Chaos, I think it still shows like the Atlas or whatever behind it, unless CCR is just once I have so many. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to go down to create new group. So we're going to highlight create new group. We're going to hit the X button. It's going to create Atlas Green 1. We're going to go ahead and hit X on that. And you can see there, we are now the leader in there. We're going to hit the touchpad and square. We're going to quickly come in here and we're going to hit the touchpad again. We're going to change it to private so that no one joins. We're going to change the name to Chaos. All that is the same as the other one. We're going to hit R2. We're going to hold X to confirm this. Now this is the part that I was talking about. So right now we're highlighting Atlas Green 1. You can see if I move it, actually I guess the highlighted part doesn't really move unless I leave it there a second maybe. No. Anyway, you can see which one I'm highlighting. So right now we're on Atlas Blue 4. I'm going to hit right on the D-pad. It did move over. Well, they just left or something. All right, we're going to move up again. We're going to go to Atlas Blue 3. We're going to hit right on the D-pad. Didn't move over, so we're going to go up again, hit right on the D-pad. Nope. Up, right. Oh, there it went. Okay, so here we go. We're on Atlas White 1. We moved over. You can see we have Zyklop 818 highlighted there. And then we have Colonel Volgan. If you hit up one more time, you can see it goes to select group flag and it highlights that. We're going to hit X there. Oh, it went back over. Hit X. I think the game is ending, honestly. Come on, don't do this. Okay, let's try this again because it kind of kicked me out there. Not kicked me out, but it like move me back over to this side. So we're up here, Atlas, Chaos Atlas Green 1. We're going to hit right on the D-pad, nothing. We're going to go down, right on the D-pad, nothing. Down, right, down, right, down, right. There we go. It moved over on this one. So as it's moving over, we're going to go up here to select group flag, hit X. And it's still not working. I really think this game ended already. Come on. There we go. So just keep doing that. Just keep hitting select group flag. Eventually it will bring you to this screen right here. You can pick whatever you want. I usually go with this one, which is Recon, or this one, which is sniper. But obviously you can pick whatever you want. I think this one up here is like machine gunner. I don't know what all the symbols mean, but once you hit it, even though I'm highlighting right now, I'm highlighting Atlas Blue 1. You can see there on the left. I'm gonna pick the little sniper symbol there. So we're gonna pick the sniper one. I'm just gonna hit X. Now it didn't change for them, but if you move up to your group, you can see there my flag changed. So now if we join the game, so I'm going to hit circle to go back to the menu here, or all the groups. I'm going to hold X here to actually join the game. And now you can see we can spawn in wherever. So I'm going to go ahead and just spawn in, well, because I don't know how far along this game is. If this game's not too far along, we might actually stay in here. So let's go. Looks like it's a new game. That's probably why it was giving me an issue, because we only have 3 bases. It looks like this is probably the main base here. Yeah, this was the main base here. That's why there's almost nothing there, but it also has the +10. So we're going to go ahead and spawn in here. So we're going to tap X. You can see the little yellow surrounding brackets or whatever. We're going to hold X after that. It'll spawn us in. And now, when we move around, I'm going to run away from this base.
Dude, I don't know what the fuck they beat in these AI, man, but these motherfuckers are pissed.
Sorry about that. We're just going to keep running away from there. Oh, you know what? You guys aren't even going to be able to see my icon. Yeah, so this is not cool.
God damn.
So I ran away from there. But I promise you guys, my symbol is different. If we go in here, you can look at group menu, and you can see that we still have the little sniper symbol. Everyone else is still using the X there. So if anyone sees me on the map, they will see the new flag. Now, as far as I know, you can come in and you can change it whenever you want, but I would suggest trying to be able to do that at the very beginning of the game. All right, and since we're actually in here, and it looks like it just started. Let me check the map here. Yeah, so America only has 1, the US Soviet only has 0. So yeah, we can go ahead and stay in here. I was going to go to that back to the 312, the empty game, to show you guys there, but I'm going to show you guys in here. So the next tip is I told you guys that you can actually save your loadouts, and I didn't really explain how because I couldn't figure it out myself. It actually says it right in here. So once you make your loadout, we're going to pick what we always do. We're going to go ahead and take the sniper. We are going to grab 4 magazines for the sniper. We're going to take the scope. We're going to take a silencer for our M16. We're going to back out of there. We're going to hold triangle, take off our flash hider. We're going to come over here. We're going to open up the arsenal. We're actually going to drop our flash hider and our bayonet. So we're going to hit square on those. And then we are going to grab like 3 band-aids, even though we already have 2. 1, 2, 3. We're going to grab 3 morphine kits. 1, 2, 3. And I always hit 3 on the saline solutions, but I think it only lets us take 2. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it looks like we only got 2, which is fine. So, now to the main point of the game. The most important item in the game is actually in this menu right here. Before we get to it, let me go ahead and save loadout US Army items only. So this is how you save it. You'll just highlight either one of these boxes. It does not have to be the equipment one. You'll highlight it, you'll hold square. Now, if there's anything in your inventory, if you look in the top right, it says you save your current loadout. And when you respawn, the cost is going to be 137. So what that means is when you're looking at a station, so say we're going to spawn in at Florida, they have 196, so we can go ahead and spawn in there and go ahead and get our loadout, the one that we just saved. If we try spawning in, oh, we can get that one too. I was looking for one that doesn't have it, but it looks like they all do by now, which is fine. But if it doesn't have the 137, it's not going to let you spawn in there. It'll spawn you with a regular M16 and the like just your starter gear. So the main item, the main thing of the of this game here, of this gameplay that I'm going to show you guys. This is the most important item in the game that I rarely see anyone use, but there's a reason for it. It's because most people take backpacks. This guy here has a pretty big Alice pack. I think this is one of the smaller Alice packs here. Um, I'll be honest, I don't remember which one is the Alice pack. I think that one's the Alice pack, and that's like a rucksack. I think that's what they're called. I honestly can't remember. Last time I was in the military was like 2011, guys, and I wasn't in the field at that point. So, yeah. Anyway, so let's go in here. This is the main item right here. So we're going to come down here. We're going to grab this. It is 200 points, guys. It costs 200. This item cannot be saved as part of your loadout, which is why I already showed you guys. What we're going to do is we're going to hit square. And before I do it, I'm going to show you guys where it's going to go. So if we look on the right over here where our character is, you can see what I'm highlighting here. It's going to go right here where your backpack would go. So we're going to come over here, hit square, and you can see it is right there on that little spot that I showed you. And now it is actually on our back. So if we look at our back, you can see the radio is on our back. So a couple things you guys can do with this. There's actually more than a couple, but we'll get to that in a minute. There's more than a couple, but as a solo player, there's only a couple things you can do with it, but either way, it is very good. So first, we're going to run away from the base, and I want you guys to pay attention to the top right of the screen. So give it a second here. Right? Nope, that's not it. Really don't want to get shot trying to show you guys this. I think it's just someone testing the weapon over there where I just was. Oh, actually, are we running towards... This actually might be another base over here. So the top right of the screen is actually not going to show me. Normally it shows when you're within headquarters. Oh, you know what? It's when I go way out of range. I thought it was per base. So if I go way out here, it'll show it. But here, we're still within range. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, so the main thing of this is I don't know where I'm at right now. I just took off running. I didn't look at my compass. I didn't really look at the map to try to figure out where I'm at. Now, like I said, keep in mind this only works as a solo player. It can still work in a squad, but the main purpose for this, for what I'm going to show you anyway, is for a solo player. So we did another video on trying to quickly figure out where you were on the map and everything. And it requires you to kind of get a high point advantage. You have to kind of identify buildings, roads, water that's near you, any type of big landmarkers that will show up on a map. Even the tree lines, even though the tree lines are a bit off, but anything like that. So right now, I don't know where I'm at. I could be, that's where we spawned in, I believe. I could be north, east, south, or west of that place. But either way, we're in the woods here. There's no buildings or anything here. So if I don't know where I'm at and I can't see anything, can't see the lakes, can't see rivers, can't see roads, anything like that, this is what I was talking about that makes this item so important. So right now, if we look, you can see that we spawned in here. I don't know where I'm at. It does not show me on the map. You guys remember I have a different icon. It does not show me on the map. So what you can do is you can actually take off the backpack. So we're going to hit right on the D-pad to go into our inventory. We're going to select the backpack, and we're going to hit square to drop it. So what this does is it actually places it on the ground, and this item here lets you spawn in on it if you die. But you have to deploy the radio. So once it's on the ground, you'll look for it, you'll do deploy radio, and you'll hold square. So now this is a deployed radio that I can spawn in on. The reason why I say this is mainly for what I'm showing you is mainly for solo players is because if you're a squad leader and you have other people in your squad, they can spawn in on it as well. But they can only do it, I think it's like 10 times. If you look in the vicinity, if you look in the vicinity here, you can see you have 100 supplies in there. So first, you'll be able to spawn in 10 times because every time you spawn in, it's going to take 10 of the supplies out of it. The second thing that I want to point out is that you cannot spawn with any of your saved items. So this is more for like a like if you're trying to sack a base by yourself and you just want to get back in there really quick because it took you forever to get over there and maybe you think you can get back to your body and just collect your items there, or you think you can finish it off with just your M16, that's what this is for. Just to kind of get back in the fight as soon as possible. So I'll show you how it works in just a second, but I want to point out, you guys hear the static while I'm near it, right? Hopefully you guys can hear it. There is a static noise coming from it. If you can't hear it, it just sounds like white noise. If there's an enemy in the area and they hear that static, they can come, they can dismantle it, they can pick it up, they can destroy it, they can do whatever. It will stop you from spawning in. But one of the main things that I was talking about with the map, like I said, we don't know where we're at. Now that I've deployed this, we can actually hit our touchpad to look at our map, and we can look in the area. You can see this is where we're at. This is our deployed radio. So this is a new spawn point just for me. Only I can see it. Like I said, if I'm a squad leader and I have other people in my squad, they can see it too. But once again, the radio has to be dropped and it has to be deployed. So now I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to run a little bit over here. Right here. You can deploy that radio inside of buildings, anything like that. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and kill ourselves here. We're going to go to respawn. Character's going to fall over and die. So now I was at a base. I was fighting. I was winning. I want to get back in there. This is where the base was. This is where my radio's at. So this part is important. If I want to deploy here, if you look on the bottom right, you can see where it says save loadout and it has the little gear icon. That means for me to spawn here, remember it costed what, 137? This only has 100. So that's why I say that you can only spawn in with your M16, because we don't want to do the save loadout because we can't anyway. So what we have to do is we're going to hit right on our D-pad. You can see it's going to go over to save loadout. We're going to pick the other one here, the little bullet instead, the default loadout. So we're going to hit X on that. You can see that it did change from highlighting the little gear to the little bullet down on the bottom right. And it actually looks like it's going to cost us 20. So I guess it's only 5 spawns. I could have swore it was 10. My apologies. Either way, you can spawn on this. So up in the top left of that little picture where my character's at, you can see it says 20. So it's going to cost us 20 to spawn in. So now that we change this default loadout, we tap X on our deployed radio here. Make sure it's highlighted, which it's not because I still have the default load. There we go. Hit X. You can see it did highlight. We're going to hold X here. And look at that. I'm back in. There's my radio. I have everything other than the items that I saved. This is just my initial loadout here. So we even have our little bayonet back. We don't have our silencer anymore. But my body is right here. So I can run over here and be like, oh, hey, I remember this is where I died. I can go ahead and grab my weapon off myself. I can go ahead and grab my extra items that I took. My bandages, my saline pack here. I can grab the other saline. I can look in my backpack here, or I'm sorry, my utility vest. I can grab the silencer. I can grab my 4 magazines for the sniper. I can grab my extra bandages. And I can grab my morphine. And now we have to go ahead and re-equip everything from the M16. So we can hold triangle. We can go ahead and detach that flash hider. We can go ahead and put the suppressor back on. Now, this part doesn't matter, but I want everything to despawn at the same time. So we're just going to come back on our body real quick. And we're going to drop the bayonet. And we're going to drop the flash hider. That's just putting it onto the body. There we go. And there we go. We're back at it. And now if we come over, we look at our radio here. Let's see. If we go to open. You can see, okay. I was say it still says 100. That's weird. So it did go down to 80, so it looks like you can spawn on it 5 times. Now, there is one other thing that you guys can do. First, we're going to dismantle the radio here. We're going to equip it. We're going to run back over to the base. So I want to try this because I have not tried it myself. There should be vehicles and everything here by now. And there's not. We'll go ahead and spawn it in when we get there. But yeah, so that's how you can easily find yourself on the map. So once again, if you run 20 feet and you don't know where you're at, just drop the radio real quick. As you can see, mine is no longer up here. It shows where I deployed, but it's no longer up here. But yeah, you can just drop it, look for yourself on the map, pick it back up, and keep going. Now, I will say that obviously using the radio, you can't take a backpack or anything like that, so this is only for people who don't carry a whole bunch of items, which I don't know why people carry a whole bunch of items anyway. Maybe I just suck at the game, but I usually die before being able to carry, or before being able to use half the items I take anyway. And you don't really need as much ammo as I even take, because normally you'll go to a base, you'll take it over, and you can just restock there. So it's not that big of a deal, but... I thought that was a flare at first. It looks like it's just the clouds. Yeah, we're going to run back over here, and I want to try something. Because I heard about this, but I have not tested it myself, so we're going to test it with you guys. So we're going to come over here to the base. What we're going to do is we're going to grab a vehicle. We're going to put a little bit of supplies in that vehicle, and then we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to deploy the radio next to the vehicle out in the middle of nowhere. From my understanding, the radio should be able to automatically pull supplies from the vehicle, and you should be able to spawn more than just the 5 times. And depending on the vehicle and everything, we might even be able to spawn with our saved items, our saved loadout. So we're going to try that. So we're going to come in here. We're going to look at what is in here. So we have 600 supplies. That's perfect. We just need a small little Jeep, and it just shot up to 1550, so it might be off a little bit, but that's okay. So we're going to do the light vehicle thing here. We're going to go ahead, whoops, go ahead and turn it. Just want to make sure no one else spawned one in real quick. We'll do it down here, a little closer to the road. We'll go ahead and throw it down right there. Back out of there. Let's come over here. We're going to go ahead and build it real quick.
I'm pretty sure you can land over here. There's nothing here.
Go right here. Go ahead and hold square to build. And I also don't want to take too much supplies from this base. This is just for testing purposes. Obviously, I don't want to screw over the people that are actually playing this game. Which is why I was going to do it in an empty server, but it looks like we are running through this game either way. I honestly don't like when people do that. I like a long, drawn-out game. I don't see the point in winning so fast. I mean, I get it. I got to win, you know, but it's not like it carries over to the next game. You don't unlock anything for winning, so I like long, drawn-out games. But anyway, we're going to hit square here to go ahead and request a vehicle. We're just going to pick a small one. Or you know what? We'll do this one because it looks like it holds more supplies, the one on the far right. So we'll do this one. And it's going to roll away, so we're going to turn it sideways here. Hopefully that doesn't roll away. Alright, go ahead and exit this. We're going to grab this vehicle here. Did I just block it? I did. Alright, we're going to get in as passenger. Make sure he closes the door. Jump over to the driver's seat. Zoom out. We're going to come over here. Hopefully these guys don't get in with me. Oh, did it roll away too far? I think it did. It didn't. Okay. Alright, we're just going to take... we'll do 300. If anything, I'll bring it back. Alright, then we're going to jump back in here. Let him close the door. He's not going to. We'll close it ourselves. Alright, we're going to do the exact same thing that we did before. We're just going to ride out in the middle of nowhere. I'll even do a different location this time so you guys can see on the map again. Oh, easy, easy. I don't want to blow up the vehicle. Which, I found that out, by the way, too. If you slam into something too hard, you automatically blow up in a vehicle. It was not fun when I did it, because I was actually trying to save us from losing, and it didn't work. Yeah, see, I think that's a base right there too. Let's go this way. We're gonna go down this road, so. And we'll just go right up here in the woods. Careful with the trees. Couple buildings over there. Let's move a little bit over here because I don't really care that there's buildings there. It's not that I'm like trying to get completely lost or whatever. I just don't want NPCs or something shoot at me because I don't know what's over there. Because I'm just kind of driving in a random location. Alright, we'll go ahead and try right here. Let me make sure that we're not being obstructed here by any trees or anything. Should be good right there. Alright, so we're going to hit triangle, turn off the vehicle. We're going to hit circle to get out. Now we still have our radio on our back. What we're going to do is we're going to zoom in. We're going to hit right on the D-pad. We're going to deploy the radio again. So we're going to hit square to drop it. We're going to leave it right here next to the vehicle. Go down to deploy radio. Before we do, just want to show you guys. Once again, nothing here on the map. I think we were down here. Yeah, so this is where we were the last time. So I think this time we're probably going to be somewhere in this area, maybe even up over here. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I think it's like up over here somewhere where it should pop up because we followed this dirt road and then I think we turned here. Those are probably the buildings we saw, so we're probably going to be right here somewhere. But as you can see, there's nothing there. So deploy the radio.
Keeping them distracted on me, but
There you go, it's deployed. We look at that, right there. And as you can see, it actually shows 380 for the supply. So it does count how much is in the vehicle. Because we have 80 in the on the radio still, because it was 100 and we used 20 of it the last time we spawned. And then there's 300 in the back of this. So you can see right there we have 300. So look at that. And we'll see if we can spawn in with our saved items. We're going to run over here. We're going to go ahead and die again. Do it right here. We're over here. We're fighting people. Die. Die, you Soviet scum. Alright. They kill me, so we're going to respawn. Oh, look. You lose rank for suiciding. Alright, and then we're going to come over here to deployed radio. Now, on the bottom right, once again, it's already on save loadout. It's on that little gear icon. You can see up in the top left of the picture of my character's at. It says 137. Highlighting this deployed radio, you can see it shows it right there in the little green thing. It says 380. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap X on this to highlight it. Now, I do have to wait because I kept killing myself. So down in the bottom right, you can see it says deployment in 6, 5. It's counting down. So we have to wait for that to get to 1 real quick. But I did already highlight deploy radio or deployed radio. Oh, and it still does say default only. Interesting. All right, let's see if we switch it to that, and then if we switch it back. Okay, so no big deal. It is a good test, but now we can see that we can at least spawn in here more times. So we can't do the saved items, but we can still spawn on it. Looks like it's probably only going to take 20 again. Holding X, there we go. I was like, why is it not working? All right, and then we died over here. So I can go ahead and pick my items back up once again. So we will go ahead and take our sniper. We'll drop our... in fact, let's drop the current gun. And we'll just pick up the one that we had because the silencer and everything's already on it. And then we'll come back to our body here. We'll go ahead and grab the stuff off it that we need. So hold X on the pants, pick up the items that we want. Go to the blouse, same thing here.
I can't hear you too well.
You
I
are...
think we'll ever get medical choppers in this game.
Morphine kit, bandages,
I hope so.
saline.
Because I know they had Huey medical choppers in Vietnam and during Panama.
There we go. I think we are all set. We have everything
You
that
really
we
should
need.
have a lot more in this game, but
Oh yeah, we just gotta wait till mods come for PS5.
Alright,
I know
and
Xbox
then
and PC have
now
mods.
I'm going to keep continuing to play this game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. I'm actually going to unload 20 supplies, another 20 supplies. There we go. Now our radio should have 100 on it again. What we're going to do is we're going to open it to check.
I'm gonna put us on the other side of the ridge.
Look at that. We went back to 100.
Alright.
We're going to go ahead and dismantle the radio. We're going to go ahead and equip it. And then we're going to take this other supplies back to the base that we took it from. Because I don't want to screw over this this game for anyone. So we're going to come back over here. But yeah, so there you go. It is the radio, and the Soviets have one as well. Just look for whatever radio they have, but it's the one that you wear on your back. It's not the handheld one. Pick up that radio. You can spawn on it. You can spawn your squad on it, and if you have a vehicle with more supplies in it, then obviously you can spawn more than just the 5 times. So if you guys are trying to take over a point and your squad is decent without their saved loadout, or you just want to have them help suppress fire or something like that, make sure that they're spawning on the radio with the default items. They can hopefully get back to their body. Even if they can't, it's still better than making the run all over again, at least in my opinion. And then once you take the base, they can reload stuff there. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know down in the comment section. But in my opinion, that is the best item there in the game. Thank you all for joining me today, and I will see you guys in the next video once I figure out where we came from. Where the hell am I? On the hard road where it meets... Hard road where it meets the dirt road. I think we're over here. So we need to stay on the hard road and we need to go west. So is that it over there? Yeah, that'd be west over there. Uh-oh. Because I have that out? It is, okay. Alright. Yeah, this is it. So we come right over here. It's gonna be on the other side of this road. This isn't it. This is the other one. This is Levi. Yeah, see, this is, or Levy, whatever you want to call it. I need to go, oh, that is what I was looking at, though. So I need to go to California. That's where we spawned in. That's where I took the supplies from. So let's just go back up here. We're going to make a left onto the hard road. And the dirt road here is what turns off to California.
Heli available for pickups.
Not that one. This one here. Yeah, so it's right over there. Okay, so I was going the right way to begin with. I just got confused because it didn't look right. Okay, yeah, this is it, because this is where we jumped the fence when we were running back earlier. And, yep, there's a little vehicle spawn. Perfect. Let's go ahead and drop this stuff off here. Alright, thank you all for joining me. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.